Man, I got to do this myself. We don't have Chris here
Right.
to
Can
do
you handle
that.
the pressure?
Let's give it a whirl. Reseller Clickbait Podcast, episode 48.
Well, you're the second best
Ah,
at that.
I'm
Just
Oh
joking.
man,
Good job, as always.
Chris was fun having as a guest last week on the show. If you haven't watched that, go back and watch it. Lots of comments this week about Chris being on the show. Appreciated him and all his rat picking stories. And
that was awful.
So hey, happy Easter, Jimmy.
Right, it's Easter.
Today, when we're recording this, it is Easter Sunday.
Yeah, the Easter Bunny actually came and wiped out my basement.
I can tell. Look at this behind you. All of your fun collectible toys, except for one. I see one there still at the top.
These are my two favorites.
Voltron,
and then this is a lightsaber my son got me from Rey's lightsaber from The Force Awakens.
Aha! So, and that's the favorite one in your collection.
Can't see it all. It's a cool lightsaber.
It looks like a microphone up there.
It is actually. I'm actually a part karaoke. You know, I'm a star.
Yeah, you're
karaoke star. So it is a microphone.
I'm not even gonna say anything. I'm just gonna do it. So you've got Voltron and a lightsaber left behind you. Now, why are you clearing everything out, Jimmy?
I told you the Easter Bunny came and took it. I'm not doing it.
No, that's right.
I think we're moving. I'm going to become Dallas. Wait, no. Yeah. Dallas, the Denver picker from Ohio.
Yes. Yeah. Like all these other resellers, YouTube resellers that keep moving around the country. And
so I just have to have the name that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Yeah.
Their name is, they already, they made their bed.
Yeah.
Now they're lying in it.
The goal is to confuse the viewer on YouTube. I mean, if you're not confusing the viewer, like most of my videos anyways, you're not doing it right. So I want them to be like, the Denver picker from Ohio? What's happening here?
The heck is that?
Kind of like
but things are shaping up with the move. And
yeah, we've had 2 yard sales now.
You've had 2 yards. Okay, to get ready to move. So so I guess we need to clarify, because last week on the show, the deal was still kind of pending. So is that all? It's a done deal?
It's 99.9% done deal. The appraisal should be in tomorrow, which will be Monday. The results from that, and then we set a closing date. So yeah.
Okay.
Inspection is done. We've agreed to terms on all that. And yeah, we're just waiting on the appraisal and then a closing date.
So if it ends up that 0.0001% that you left out, then you took down all that stuff for nothing.
Why you gotta say that right now? Don't ever say something like that to Sonia. She already stresses this stuff enough. Like if you said that to Sonia right now,
she would just
lose it.
Crumble. She'd just be in the fetal position.
Yeah. I mean, we like on my shelves back here, we're not hauling everything across country. Costs too much. So I sold my shelves behind me. They're all sold. My toys are in boxes over there. My eBay listings are down to 850 active listings, which is almost half of
catching up to me, Jimmy, or
catching down to you.
You're catching down to me.
Failing miserably.
Which I reached a goal in that I'm just, I think I have 801 listings, but that keeps going down. One of my, kind of set little goals, and 800 was a goal, and I reached that here last weekend or something like that. So it's fluctuated up and down with sales and listings.
800 is that number. We've talked about that. 800, it feels like it's hard to get past that, because you sell, once you get to 800, you start selling regularly every day. And
I'm supposed to be selling regularly every day, because that's the part of the equation that doesn't seem to. Okay, the equation is not living up to the. Actually, my sales. Yeah, soon as I kind of got that mark, it seems kooky, and maybe it's just me that thinks this way. It's like when you reach a certain plateau. Okay, so was at one point I wanted to get the 500 listings, and then 600, 700, 800 listings. It seems like when you hit that number, when you get down below that, your sales don't until you can get over that number again.
Right.
Maybe it's just because there's that many more things to be there and you're
You're
active
scaring
and
me
I
right
don't
now.
know.
You're
I guess
scaring me. I'm scared because I don't know what you're trying to say.
neither do I.
You
'Cause you know why? It has to do with math
Oh, yeah,
and
yep.
equations. We
Man,
can't even do simple addition, Jimmy, and now we're looking at equations.
back to the yard like, the yard sale was brutal, like, we ran Ken's favorite kind of yard sale, where
Oh,
nothing was priced, not a dang thing was
Jimmy,
priced. Everything
no.
was, "How much is this?" And I would tell them. And
$2.
so these yard sales were super busy.
Yes. Your
Uh,
yard sale that you were having.
the yard
Your
sales I
personal one.
had,
Yes.
there were times when I had 15 people at my sale. For the most part, at all times, there was at least 2 people at my sales,
Yeah.
5 people, 8 people. There was only, like, one small break for, like, 10 minutes where there
Was
was
there
nobody there.
ever like 11 people?
11 people. Why so specific?
I don't know. Just you were throwing out numbers. I thought
Yeah,
I'd get
I'm
in
sure
on it.
there was. And so the thing is I was having to do math the whole time because people would be, like, making piles
Yeah.
and multiple like one person's making a pile and the other person's asking how much is this and the other person I'm trying to make change for, and then the other person is like, you forgot to give me my change. I'm like, oh, and
Well, see,
so it was one
wouldn't it
time
have
this
been
lady gave
easier
me a
if you just priced it?
no, no
Okay.
way, no way. Put because nine here we go with my not my percentages that don't make any sense.
Okay.
But not about 90% of the stuff that we were selling, I would say $2, $2,
Okay.
$2. I said $2 so many times.
Okay.
$2 walk into a bar. No, I don't even have a punchline to that joke.
I mean,
It's
if you
terrible.
had a good deer, like a good
It's a
deer,
deer joke, but I
two
just don't even
two
have
bucks
one
there in the
in the
comments. Let's
comments.
see.
Yep.
Two
Finish
deers
that
walk
joke.
into a bar.
$2 walk into a bar. Finish the joke, everybody.
Oh yeah, $2.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay. Duh.
$2 walk into a bar. No, so but like, and of course you had people who take $1. No, I won't. Not today. Come back next week. But when people, what I would tell them is make a pile and we'll add it up and I'll give you a little bit of break on that. But my prices are good. $2 is good. I mean, I wasn't selling junk. I was selling good stuff. And it showed because people were making piles and piles and piles.
Yes.
And so many people were like, there were the people that would be like, yeah, that's great. And I'd add it up and they'd just pay me. And then some people would be like, can you give me a break on that? And so like if it came to 34, I'd do 30 or whatever.
Yeah.
I wasn't giving them a big, huge break because my prices were already good.
Cheap. Yeah.
So, but yeah,
So you had people trying to lowball you on your $2 items.
yes. So one lady, like she was a good picker, and that's what it seems to be. I'm not that guy. I'm a decent picker, but if the prices are good, I'm just paying. I know we have a disagreement a little bit on this, Ken. But this one lady, she picked a bunch of good stuff.
Yeah.
And I seriously think her total came to $44.
Okay.
And I said I'd take 40. And she
Should
was
I
like,
be writing this down to check your math?
And she said, "Will you take 30?" And I was like, "No, I won't take 30. It's
Okay.
40." And so, and it was just like, and she had a bunch of good stuff. She was a really good picker. So I was like, "No,
Yeah.
you're not. You're a good picker, and you're getting a good deal."
Yes.
And she bought it. Of course, she bought it because she knew she had good stuff. Anyway, but there was one funny moment where this lady, I don't remember the exact numbers,
Yeah.
but her total came to like $15.
Okay.
And she gave me a 50. And
All
I just
right.
put the
Oh,
50
one of those
I just
people.
put the 50 in my wad of cash and put it in my pocket and just stood there. And she's standing there the whole time, right?
Waiting
And
for change.
just waiting for change.
Okay.
And someone else comes up and buys something from me, and they give me their money, and I pull out my wallet. I was like, "Where'd I get this 50?" I was like, "Where did I get this 50 from?" And I look over at the lady, and she's all. And I was like, "Did you give me this 50?" She's all, "Yeah, I need my change." I was like, "My bad." Like I was so out of it. I was like I'm sure I missed out on some money, and I know I did
Yeah.
because there are shiesty people out there, man. There's these people that will
Oh,
add to their pile after they've negotiated and stuff,
yeah,
and have kids put toys in their bag. I
yeah,
saw this stuff going on. I was like, I can't believe these people are doing this. Like, they're
yeah.
literally doing this. And I caught it and I didn't say
Stealing.
nothing. Yeah, they're stealing. Like, you're stealing at someone's yard sale. What are you doing?
Yeah,
But then I think to myself, they must need it worse than I do, because going to a yard sale to steal, I mean, come on.
yeah. Well, you were telling me one story that what a lady had a big pile and she wanted to offer you less, and then when she took out a bunch of stuff because you wouldn't take it, then
Yep.
her total was still at
Yeah.
because she had totaled it up herself
Yes. So
the
she gave me
first
the
time.
total.
Yeah,
Let's use generic numbers again. She said it came to 38.
yeah,
And I was like, well, I'll do it for 35.
yeah,
And she's like, of course, we do 20, whatever, 20 something. I was like, no, 35. And she
yeah,
said, well, let me take some stuff out then. So I watched her take the stuff out. And I was like, now I'm going to add it up. And I added it up, and it still came to $35. Like, even after she took stuff, it came to the over 38 or whatever it came to. So she was trying to get over on me with her bad math.
yeah.
But then again, maybe I'm bad at math. So either way, it didn't add
Well,
up.
I see. I'm still in the school. Because I'm gonna have my own yard sale this week. This coming like Thursday, Friday, Saturday,
Yeah.
and I price everything because
Oh
that's
boy.
one of my pet peeves is going to a sale that nothing is marked, because I think that the people make up. Well, they're just like making up the prices right there, and I'm always thinking like they'll tell me, "Oh, I want." $10 for this. And then the next guy that walks up is like, oh, I'll do like 5 for that, or vice versa, or whatever. I like to
Yeah.
see a price
Wow.
because I think it's easier because you said we differ on our negotiating tactics. I'll say, not our skills. We both are skilled negotiators, but our tactics of how we go about that. It's easier when there's a price on it to
So
negotiate.
here's and everything we talk about is opinion based, but this is going to be
Yes.
fact right here.
Uh,
What I'm
okay.
about to tell you, because it's my opinion.
Is this a Jimmy's negotiating fact?
No, this is not
Oh,
negotiating at all. This is just the
okay.
fact of the difference between the two.
Okay.
I'm joking when I say this, but that it's a fact. But I feel like when they don't price stuff,
Yeah.
it's usually, when you ask, it's a better price than the person that spends the time to price everything usually prices it higher than, and the prices are higher at those kind of sales, I find. When I'm
Okay.
asking how much are these shoes, they go $1 or $2. Like, they're usually,
Yeah.
it's usually the people that really just want to get rid of it when it's not priced.
Yeah. I
And I
just
know it can vary both ways, but I
in
feel
the
like
sales
more often,
that don't have prices, obviously there's that scenario as well where how much is this? Oh, it's $2, it's a buck, it's
yeah,
$5. Um, I like the ones that are priced, which I'll take a non-priced sale
right,
any day over a donation sale. Or you'll get that at a lot of church sales, or you'll get that some people.
right.
Everything just donation, whatever you want to
Oh
give,
yeah,
and it's
'cause then
like
the pressure's on right there.
you always feel like you're giving.
Yeah, I mean, and I
I
hate it
always
that I
end up
have to
giving more if it's a
break out
church.
the coins for that. I mean, I hate that I
Yeah,
have to do that.
if it's a church sale or if it's for whatever our cause is, I'm
Right.
gonna
I know.
be generous enough with that. But I kind of go through my pile and I think, okay, if I was at a regular priced yard sale, what would I pay for this? And if I'm at, $12, I'm going to give them 15. I'm not going to make them make change. Let's say that. I'm
I
going to
will.
give them
No, I'm just playing.
even, but
I'm just
yeah,
joking, everybody. Or
I
am I?
love negotiating and yeah, we do differ on that, what we would negotiate on.
I think I
And
have the I think I have the most fun at a sale when you ask how much is it and the price is low, and then you ask on the next item and the price is low.
yeah.
Next thing you know, you're just scouring that entire sale for every possible thing you can buy,
Oh
because you know
yeah,
the prices are gonna be good on everything. I think I have the
definitely.
most fun with that sale.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, the low priced sales are
Yeah,
always
and
the best
but
ones.
even if it's marked low, it's still not quite as fun.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's like, "Oh, these are all priced good. I'm gonna buy it all." But when you're like, hey, how much is it? And everything's low, and then you just start making the pile, right?
Well, you
In the
can get a
pile.
rapport going with people, and that's
Yeah,
all part of the negotiating, is getting that rapport with the folks at the sale, getting them on your side. Like, we're both getting a good deal.
yeah.
They're getting what they want, and
And speaking
and
of building a rapport, I have one more
yes,
story to tell about my yard sale. I have 2 more stories
yes,
to tell about my yard sale.
okay,
This might
yeah,
be a
love
whole
it.
yard sale show.
I love it.
This one, Sonia's picking on me.
Okay,
Straight up picking on me, and she had to tell she told our friends, Dan and Krista, that Jimmy thinks he's a big deal, basically.
okay.
I
But you
had
are a
I
big
had
deal.
I had at least I had 3 people that I
Okay,
talked to for more than 15 minutes that watched my channel at my sale,
okay.
and they were kinda like, what's
They
the
were they were
starstruck almost,
they
like,
were
they were they just
fanboying over you.
yeah, and I know it sounds silly, but it's hard for me to talk about, but, like, they were, like, breaking out their eBay stores down in their basements and showing me on their phones, like, "This is my collection, this is what I sell," and they were all kind
Uh-huh.
of one guy asked for a hat, so I got him a hat, and so
Yeah,
Sonya's
speaking of
picking
that,
on me.
I was wondering here on the show, I'll do a comment of the week here real quick. I'll jump in the middle. Larry Way Out One, it's on last week's show at 49 minutes. He had to put on his old school flips hat to support the video.
I appreciate you,
Uh,
Larry.
Chris is a lot of fun and a great guest, was the rest of that. But yeah, Jimmy's got the best hat in the business, and you usually have a hat
Right. I just
on
wanted
the
to show off my new
show.
haircut. See how it's
Ooh,
all
this is
almost gone. There's
slick.
nothing left.
It's looking
No,
good. It
I
looks like
left it
a
upstairs, and I
fuzzy
didn't feel like going
peach.
to get it. I got a Broncos hat right here I can put on.
But yeah, everybody on the show last week was wearing the Jimmy old school flips, and then here you show up this week with no
No hat.
hat.
I gave my hat away to that guy
You
that
gave your hat, or you sold? Did you give it away to one of these
yeah, I
these
did. I
fans,
and I
the
autographed it
fanboys
with
that show
black
up at your show?
Sharpie on the
Archer
black. Black Sharpie on black, yep,
taking
autographed.
a page out of
But Sonya's
OBX
making fun of me
Eric's book.
about this, though. She's picking on me.
Yes.
With that I wouldn't shut up is what she would say. Like, Jimmy was just like blah 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 to these people that recognize. And then there was like at least 2 other people that, are you old school flips? And I was like, yep. And then they're like,
Yeah.
oh, I watch your channel. And then we didn't really have a conversation. So
And they're like, now I know where you live.
I'm a big deal, it's kind of
Big deal in Denver, and you're gonna have to start all over.
I'm starting all over.
Start all over on a high. I want to get recognized, not like at like a meetup, because I'm sure that somebody at a meetup is going to recognize my goofy mug.
You've never
But
been recognized as Santa?
oh yeah, everybody, yeah, Santa, I know him. I know
I
him.
know him. Well, that's too easy. That's almost cheating when you dress up as Santa and everybody recognizes
It is. Everybody recognizes me then.
I
Now,
have
if
one
I'm
more.
dressed up as Santa and somebody comes along and says, "Hey, aren't you SSKPromo, Mr. Bill?"
Mr. That's the ultimate
hey,
win right there.
It's W.R. Hart.
W.R. Hart.
The D.O.G.
When are you going to dress up as W.R. Hart?
I don't know. I don't have like an outfit. Mostly just El Luchador and
You're more of a W.R. Hart though.
D.O.G.
It's perfectly matched.
So
yeah, one more yard sale story. One more yard sale
yes.
story I gotta tell.
Yeah.
Because there was these 3 kids. They were
okay.
2 brothers and a sister. And I would say the age range, the oldest brother was probably 14.
Okay.
And then the youngest brother was probably 10. And then the sister was in between probably.
Okay.
And they came to my sale like 3 times.
Okay.
They lived in the neighborhood. And then the youngest kid came back one last time, and he was a little negotiator, man. I was actually like joking back and forth with him, like negotiating with him.
Uh-huh.
And so then the funniest negotiation was he grabbed a stack of Pokemon cards.
Okay.
And they were just like, I'm not gonna lie, they were cherry picked. I knew they were.
Yeah.
But he goes, it was a good sized stack of Pokemon cards, and he's all, how much for the cards? He had like a little German accent too. Like they.
Okay.
So I'm not even gonna try to do the impression.
I was gonna say, I want to hear your German accent.
Can you do a German? I can't. Accent is something I can't even try to do. So I'm not gonna butcher it.
My German accent sounds like like Colonel Clanker, or maybe Hogan,
I'm like,
dismissed.
right.
That's my whole, or Sergeant Schultz.
And so, so I won't even try. I want to try, but I know it'll be awful, so I'm not gonna
Yeah.
try.
Okay.
And so he's like, "How much for the Pokemon cards?" And I was like, we had already negotiated because he was buying things for $1 here and there. I was like, well, I told him I'm gonna start off high. I'm gonna start off high price, $5. And he goes,
Okay.
"Oh, I want to do his accent so bad." He's all, the condition though. He's like, the condition. He's like little. He's like 10 years old. The condition is important. The condition on these is bad. And
Uh-huh.
I was like, let me see him then. Bring him over here. Because he was off. We were negotiating across the sale. And
Yeah.
so as he's walking towards me, like the condition's getting better. He's all, well, they're not terrible. I guess they're not too bad. By the time it got to me, they were gem mints,
They were
But he was such a little negotiator. Like,
yeah.
he was trying to get them as bad condition by the time he got to, as he was
Like, hold
walking.
back up. What do they
Yeah.
look like over here?
As he was walking towards me, he's like, "Oh, they're not too bad. Oh, actually, they're pretty good. Oh, they're perfect mint condition." By the time we got, so we agreed on $3.
Okay.
And I told him, I was like, "But good job negotiating." I was like, "Don't stop doing that." And I was like, "And the reason we had this little, and I had you bring one thing you always have to remember in negotiations, you don't always like get exactly what you want. Like, you don't always win the negotiation. Sometimes you have to make a deal and get what you want and pay the price. So it happens. It happens."
Oh yeah.
And so, but he, it was fun, and he was happy. Like, he got a stack of Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
And I did come down from 5 to 3.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it was so funny. He was like, "Oh, it's not so bad after all." Like,
Well, I figured when you said you were going to start high, you were going to be like $30 or something.
No.
So,
Well,
five was
because everything at my yard
for
sale
him.
was $2, $2.
Yeah.
$2 walking to a bar. And so he thought at my sale, $5 was high.
That's
yeah. So, anyways,
so had a little German negotiator. Man, I would love to hear the because we have a huge German following on the show.
Oh yeah.
And we don't want to offend them, so Jimmy's not going to.
No, but it's just they're younger, and it was like my wife was like, they're just so adorable with their accents. Sonia the whole time.
Yeah.
They're just so adorable with their accents, and it was like they had cute little accents, like little German accents. I don't know what to say. So, anyways, that was fun, and then that.
But the sale went good. I mean, you moved a lot of stuff, and
oh man, I mean, yeah, we sold. It was like we had so much stuff. Like, both days, halfway through the day, we're like, man, we sold a lot, but it don't look like it.
Yeah,
and we still have a lot of stuff. We're gonna have one more sale, at least one more sale. But yeah, I mean, we made over $1,000 each day.
Wow,
just at $2 an item.
That's a lot of stuff to move along. Then, yeah, I'm hoping when I do my sale this week, that I make some money. Gotta make money for the Vegas trip.
Yeah, well, that's what I did.
The trash to cash Vegas bash.
So soon.
Yeah, that's like not this coming week, but next week. It's gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to.
It's gonna be boring.
Be a drag for you. Jimmy's gonna be. We were talking before the show. Jimmy's like leaving late on Monday. He's gonna be that guy with his suitcase. He's gonna be at the craps table with his suitcase beside him.
If anybody's listening that's gonna still be in Vegas on Monday, let me know, because I'm gonna be.
Jimmy's looking for a friend.
I'm looking for someone to hang out with on Monday, because the flight was just so much cheaper Monday night. Like, literally over $100 savings. I'm like, I'll just hang out. As long as I don't gamble, I'll be all right.
I'll be going home Sunday late afternoon. I won't get home because of that time difference coming back. I won't get home until late in it, after midnight or almost 1 a.m.
You're crazy. So. I don't want to get up on Sunday and anyways.
Well, I'll have half the day on Sunday. Yeah. It'll be cool. Plus, it was a savings again on the flight and all of that, and another night in the room, It might be, it might to not have to spend another night in a room with Jimmy might be the highlight of the trip, getting to go home on
It's probably true. We're probably gonna hate each other by the end of Vegas, and we won't
and you're
talk to
gonna
each other
be
when I get to Ohio. Yeah,
you're gonna be like, "Why didn't I pick Virginia?"
I could have been. I could have lived next to Kevin, and we could have been best good friends. But hey, I'm gonna be
So,
close. Hey, Kevin, I'm gonna be close to Virginia, and me and the wife are driving out to Lynchburg to visit her family. So yeah, I'm
ah,
gonna be hitting you up.
there you go.
You can turn off my GoPro when I walk up to you because
That's
you're
right,
only
at
allowed
the sa
to.
Yes, I saw. So, anyway, yeah, so you'll get here and start your sourcing adventures anyway in Ohio.
Yep,
Jill
it
and I
better be
went on
good.
a sourcing adventure, like, yes,
Excursion.
excursion, yeah, and I pretty much ran the whole gambit of what you can do as a reseller sourcing. I went to, um we went to
I'll
a
help you.
yard
You
sale.
go to thrift stores.
I
Let's
went to
help.
f I went to 4 thrift stores,
4 thrift stores.
an antique store.
I don't ever go to antique stores.
I went, well, it was right like 2 doors down from one of the thrift stores, so you might as well stop in and see what they've got there. Of
Right.
course, all that stuff's already priced too high.
Too high. Yep.
So I went to a yard sale, I went to a flea market,
A flea
I
market.
went
They have
to
flea markets out there?
yeah, yeah, we have flea markets. Uh, I went to wait, where am I at? Okay. I
I
went to a
don't know.
yard sale. I
Yard
went to an
sale, thrift.
estate sale. We just happened to be driving. There was a sign, estate sale this way. So we
The
got to go to
ever
an estate.
elusive Ohio estate sale.
And yes, exactly. And it was in some big froofy, it was a really cool house.
Right.
But everything was froofy and there was hardly
Froofy.
anything left. It was froofy, yes.
What's the definition of froofy?
Well, it's like hoity-toity.
Hoity
Everything was
still don't know what froofy is. More in-depth definition of
expensive, Jimmy.
expensive.
Everything was expensive stuff that I
Artsy-fartsy,
probably there you go.
modern or old?
Modern stuff. And the
Modern
sale, well, even though it was Saturday, I don't know when the sale started, there was really not that much left in the house, and there wasn't a whole lot of people there may have been, maybe 8, 10 people in the sale the whole time that we were there.
How is the
But of
pricing?
course, all the 8 or 10 people had to stand right beside you in the room while you're looking at stuff. The pricing was high on stuff.
How many rooms were there? Like, all 8 people were in the same room?
Well, it seemed like that. It seemed like every time you wanted to look at something, and I mean, it's nothing like you go to those sales you go to, and there's like 150
Yeah,
people
I
lined up to
mean,
go in. They let them all in at the same time. This was just, casual walking in, but it seems like for that many people, and it was a big house, it's like everybody wanted to be like right in the same area that you
they
were
wanted to
the
they
the
wanted to
whole
meet the
time. But
star. They knew who
stuff
you
was
were.
maybe nobody I wanna get recognized, Jimmy. I said that earlier. Okay, and that goes back to, well, Ken, if you made some content and actually put it out there on social media, but,
Always said, put your face out there on social media.
the DOG wants to get recognized. Ken, he's a mild-mannered guy, he just goes along in life and,
He's a homebody. I think that's what you told me about
yes,
him. Yeah.
yes, but, so wait a minute, what'd we do? Okay, a yard sale, an estate sale, we went to a flea market, we went to 4 thrift stores, an
Uh-huh.
antique store, we went to a warehouse surplus
Hmm.
store where it was like a lot of, pallet stuff
Oh, yeah.
and things like that,
Yep.
and then there was like, almost like a warehouse or a factory overstock clothing store. Clothing and shoes and stuff they mostly had there.
Eh,
So,
did you do good? Did you find stuff?
yeah, I found some stuff. Actually, not I didn't come home with a ton of stuff, but I think I got some good items at the surplus store and more of the clothing store. That's more of like a retail arbitrage sort of a thing. And so I picked up, was able to pick up some multiple item, like some fanny packs, some cool JanSport
Oh,
fanny
okay.
packs.
Made in the USA?
Um, No, these ones were not made in the USA. At least not by the tags that they look. But
hey, that's my new video that came out today. Look for Made in the USA. Go check out my new video. No, but JanSport,
old
that's
school
a
stuff channel.
bolo.
And
JanSport Made in the USA is a bolo.
I got all the ones that I could find there. And the only thing that we didn't go to was like say another was like a live auction.
Which is big out
So
there, right? There,
yeah, there's live auctions. There
I've
was
actually
actually a
done one.
really good one. I was gonna send you a link. I didn't go to it. Um, but there was one that had like tons of model kits,
Ooh,
like new sealed model kits. But I was
that's good. Why didn't
talking
you
to
go?
a guy that was going to go and that is familiar with the auction company and familiar with like he said there was a lot of models in there that were probably maybe 40 $50 models, 30 to 50.
Yeah,
And he figured with that auctioneer they might go a little bit high, and then they'll probably start doing lots of ones that were like say $10 to $15 models.
gotcha. So
um
they knew what they.
but there were a
But
bunch of them.
do they
So I
start their
could have went
auction prices off low, like at $1, or are they starting their auction prices off too high? I don't know. I've
uh
never been to a live auction. I don't know.
well, we're going to do that when you're out
Yeah,
here
gotcha.
because there's an auction house that every Saturday has an auction,
I'm
and
there.
well, there's one that every other Friday they have one, and then every Saturday
Do
they
they
have one.
do they have it in the
And
winter?
yeah, and that's
That'd
usually
be
when I
nice.
go
Yeah.
to that, but it's all summer too. And they'll have more stuff outside in the summer than packing it all in inside. And they will do um the last Saturday of the month is all uh vintage collectibles is the
Now
auction every
I got a serious question about auctions for you.
yes.
Serious. Do
Okay.
you do a good auctioneer impression?
Hey, yeah, what are you going to give me for it? What are you going to give? I got $100 bid now, two, now two, now three. Who would have given me three?
What?
And I got three, getting me four. I got a four and a quarter, four and a quarter, four and
Were
a half,
you an auctioneer
75.
before?
I was not.
Why aren't you one?
Who's the bidder? Where's the bidder? What are you going to give me for it?
I don't do
So
one at all. That's great. Hey, I was
I
I
do
that wasn't even like planned. I didn't know you were that good at being an auctioneer.
I
Dang.
do
I thought you were
we've
gonna be
had some
terrible.
at my family events, we have some auction. I've done some auction stuff
All right.
with that, but yeah, it's a little bit of
Maybe you should be
and
an
I love
auctioneer.
and I love this when I karaoke, one of my go-to songs is that Sold.
Oh yeah,
I
she's not then I know.
yeah, yes. She got ruby red lips, blah, 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 blah,
And
got
I'm about to kiss my butt goodbye.
yeah. So that's
That
one
was
of my
terrible.
go-to
What?
karaoke's, but
Dude, when I get out there, I'm gonna start an estate buyout company, and you're gonna be
okay.
my auctioneer. But you're gonna have to get an auctioneer license. But you're gonna be up there
Oh.
doing what you
But
just
you're
did
gonna
on the
pay for said license, right? Since you teach
whatever.
people. Whatever it
Don't
takes.
let the details worry you, Ken.
Wait, but it sounded like my wallet was gonna be a
Well,
little bit
you know
lighter
what?
because
If
of your
you
dream, Jimmy.
yeah, well, you know what? You're part of the
What?
team, so because I'll
Okay.
be like, "Blah, blah, 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 blah," and that's just not like.
Teamwork makes the dream work. That's
There you
that's what
go.
I've heard.
Hey, you got the. What's that? I just watched that new Tetris movie, and at the end of the Tetris movie, it played
A
that great
Tetris
song.
movie?
There's a Tetris movie on Apple TV. It's about how
You mean like the game Tetris with the
yeah, it's
blocks that
literally
come
all
down? Okay.
the crazy negotiating and lies and stuff that came along with licensing the game, the original
You
game.
sure that's not the movie Air about the Michael Jordan
I haven't
shoes?
seen that yet.
Oh,
No,
okay.
I want to go see that. It's supposed to be
Sounds
really
similar.
no, but at the end of the movie Tetris, they play that song. Oh, it's like from the 80s, and it goes, how's it go? It's you've got it's like I've got the money, you've got the looks. Oh wait, no, I've got the brain, you've got the looks. Let's make a lot of money. You know that song?
Okay, no. Well,
No,
maybe if
let me
maybe.
dang it. I'll get
Okay, find it. You find it, and I'll
oh,
talk
see,
about
I wish, but that's what we're gonna do. I've got the brains. Wait, no, let's make lots of money. Come on, sing it with me, everybody.
I'm just I'm just sitting here watching you struggle, Jimmy.
Who cares if we get in
Jimmy's,
You guys know the song in the
what is
comments.
this?
Come on.
What is this? Jimmy's like, he's doing the hitchhiker. I got the money. I don't even know.
Come on. You don't know the lawnmower, the sprinkler?
Can opener. Oh, yeah, the sprinkler head.
If I could sing, I would sing that song, but
okay, well, you're looking that up, Jimmy. I'm going to talk about, see here, not only are you trying to empty my wallet, you're a credit stealer as well. You're trying to steal my thunder and my credit. I had a pretty good sale earlier in the week. It was a hair dryer.
I found the song, I think, though.
Okay, let's hear.
We're going to get like a copyright claim, but I don't care. This song's great. If this is this it?
It's probably not even the song. Sounds like crickets.
Just let me get to the core.
Okay.
Pet Shop Boys.
Yeah, the 80s band.
Let's make lots of money.
Yeah, okay.
Song.
Yes.
So that's at the end of Tetris, and that made me think of it.
It's just when you sang it, it sounded nothing like.
When you have the voice of an angel, some things just don't translate.
You've been called the songbird of your generation.
I've got the brain. You've got the auctioneer voice. Let's make lots of money. That's the whole point of me playing that song.
Okay.
All right. So
man, that was a long.
That was really painful. But we got to dance, and people saw how miserable we are at dancing, so that was good.
Wait, they saw how miserable you were at dancing with your hitchhiking.
Don't make me Vogue up and. Listen, don't make me kick, because if I kick, we're all in trouble. If I do the kick, it's on.
Going Vogue.
What's happened to this podcast right now? Hey, listen. Wait till
what? Yes.
Let's go back to what am I stealing from you? You said I'm stealing from you?
You're stealing money out of my wallet by making me get the license, and you're just.
No, you said
this sounds like
credit. Stealing credit.
Yeah, I had a big sale on a nice sale on a Chi brand, Chi brand hair dryer that I got from. Okay, anybody in the chat want to guess?
Yeah.
There's no chat. Why do I always think there's a chat?
Yeah, hey, live comments, tell us, chat. I forgot to ask you, Jill probably picked better on you during your excursion. But
here's what happens when we go out. Okay, I'm the reseller, right?
Yes, she's the shopper.
And she's the shopper. Okay, so I'm there picking stuff, to list and resell. And why is it every time we go, her side of the car is always like I got a pickup truck, and you got the back seat, and we put stuff in the back, and then in the bed shit, like her stuff is the whole bed of the truck, and like more like I'm gonna say like 2/3 of the back seat. I get this like little corner of the back to put all my items in, and hers is always like
spent more than you're gonna
filled up with stuff. And then she did, she will find some stuff, for me as well, that I buy. But so yeah, she's a shopper. And but it was Jill that had given me the Chi.
Yep.
And I was like, hey Jimmy, look at this cool sale. I sent him a screenshot of the sale, and he's like, yes, I told you about that. I told you about Chi. Remember when I told you? I'm like, now wait a minute. How do you get the credit for?
Let's just steal all the credit right here and right now. It's going to be justified. Like we would win in a court of law. And when I say we, I mean Jill too, because she gave it to you. So there's some credit to her for the sale, and then credit to me because I told you about Chi, and then you're going to act like I didn't.
Well, you did. You told me the story about this like incredible find you one time that you found like pallets of Chi stuff.
Let's quick. The story is I was visiting my brother-in-law in Houston, and we walk into a Goodwill, and the glass case in this Goodwill is full of brand new Chi hair straighteners and curlers, brand
Bolo,
new in the box. So
bolo,
come to, huh?
bolo,
Bolo, yeah. Who
chi.
told you the Bolo? This guy. So I know Chi's a good brand. I know that
Yes.
these are brand new, and it turns out that there's like their main distribution center is in Houston, by the way. Chi.
Okay.
And they had just donated, the distribution
Bolo.
center just donated all these to Goodwill.
Yeah.
And so when I was there, I bought like 5 cases like of these curlers and these straighteners.
Uh-huh.
And I think I got them for like $3 a piece.
Yes.
And when I got done paying for them all, the guy that worked at Goodwill said, "Hey, by the way, we have 2 more pallets full of this stuff in the back." And I was like,
Uh-huh.
"What?"
Sweet.
And I'm visiting Houston, flew out there. I'm already having to ship UPS all these boxes back to me
Yeah.
so that's cutting into my profits.
Yes.
Man, if I would have lived in Houston, though, I would have bought every last one of those pallets.
Yes.
Anyway, or both those pallets. So, but I had told Ken this exact story I just told you, wonderful people.
Okay.
And then he's gonna act like he didn't
Now,
hear
well,
that
okay,
story or something.
but listen, here's the difference. Here's the difference. Jill actually won this item in a drawing.
Oh, Jill
Okay.
got it.
Yes, Jill gave it to me.
Okay.
Now, there's a difference in you telling me a story of, hey, Chi is a good bolo brand. Chi is, if you told me the story because it was an exciting story. And
I was selling those things for $20 to $25 a piece. Every last one of them. Keep going.
That's what.
Keep going.
So there's a difference in you telling me a story. Hey, look out for Chi because it's that. And then when I'm out and about and I look at, oh wait, yeah, I remember. Yes, Jimmy, Old School Flips told me about Chi. I should pick this brand up. I know nothing about it, but bing.
So then
Now I do.
my
Because
question is,
this really doesn't count because Jill just gave it to me and said, hey, look at this. I comped it, said, wow, that's got some value to it. And well, it ended up selling for $190, $189.99. It was like a touch screen
yeah, it was like a really good one.
hair dryer, real high end one.
So when I was interrogating you about stealing or
Yes.
not giving me credit on my bolo, because
Yes.
I interrogated him. I was like, you didn't give me credit on your live about that bolo.
Yes.
You acted like you didn't
Wait,
know.
Jimmy, which live is this?
Oh, which live are we talking about?
Yes.
It's SSKPromo live every Thursday. What time?
11 a.m. Eastern time on Ken versus 10.
Ken versus 10. So you didn't give me credit. And when I quit, and I was joking. Well, no, I wasn't.
Yeah.
I said, how come you didn't give me credit about that Chi, that being a bolo, and me telling you about that? What do you mean you told me about it? I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, then you reminded me, and then I remembered. See, I call that stuff up when I'm out and about, and I'm like, oh yeah, where did I hear? Well, actually, I probably wouldn't have given you credit anyway, because it would have been one of those things of
That's why I have to steal it.
I've heard of this brand. I probably watched a video, and I saw some video. Well, okay, here's an example. I'll give some credit to the aforementioned.
Uh-oh.
Sorry, I had to get a drink here. Oh, speaking of this, is just regular Coke Zero. Here's a tip. This is a good beverage tip.
Hold on, because people were making fun of you. You always had to mix drinks. You didn't mix anything with that?
No, this is just straight Coke Zero on the rocks.
On the rocks, okay.
Yes.
All right.
Which means I fill up the glass about halfway with ice. And
you were saying something, and
oh wait, I'll get back to the drink in a second. I will give a credit and a shout out, not that he needs one, to Kevin Commonwealth Picker.
Oh, here we go. Here we
I found an ab lounger. An ab lounger too at one of the thrift stores. And those things probably, if you can sell them outright for say $100 to $125, but breaking them down when in doubt, part it out. I can, double my money just selling the resistance bands. and you can sell the handles, and you can sell the little adjusting screws and stuff on the sides of these ab loungers. And so when I was at the store and I'm walking through and I see one of these things and I'm like, oh yeah, that's right, ab lounger. Yeah, I hear Kevin talking about those.
You hear that, guys? He likes Kevin better than he likes me.
Well, who doesn't?
It's true. Who doesn't like Kevin better than me?
Anyway,
huge mistake
here's my beverage tip of the week.
Oh boy.
Wait, of the week.
This is the guy that mixes everything.
This is my first ever.
First ever.
First ever beverage tip of the week.
The first ever. We're gonna have one every week. Just great.
We all know that you know, I love Jill. Very fond of her. And this kind of seems a little bit oh, what do I want to say? Unappreciative. But Jill got me a and she made up a little Easter basket for me when when I went over there Friday and we were going out. I got there and she had a little Easter basket, some candy treats and different things. But in there was a bottle, like a 20-ounce, throwaway bottle of Pepsi.
Oh,
it was Pepsi mixed with Peep, like the Peep, the marshmallow Peeps you get. It was like Peep flavored Pepsi.
Yeah.
Now, I put that in my glass, in my cup.
Put that in my glass.
Oh, Jimmy's singing. Jimmy's in a musical mood today for some reason.
My glass. Keep going.
So I put it, and you take the first sip, and you're like, "Oh man, it's very peepy. It tastes exactly like
what?
It tastes exactly like a Peep does.
It's very peepy, huh?
And so you like take that second drink, and you're like, but the third, fourth, and through like half, I think I only drank like half of that 20. It was just way too sugary, way too.
Did you get any
so?
Did you get any colored eggs in there and then peel them and they have that really weird color that's left over on the inside of the shell, inside of the egg?
Easter dinner tonight with the family. My niece had made deviled eggs.
Oh, I love deviled eggs. Yep.
You gotta have deviled eggs. But Easter deviled eggs are always the best because they'll be like the white parts have like blue on them and pink and stuff from where it came through. But they were phenomenal. My niece is a shout out to the chief.
The chief,
we call her the chief. Yeah,
the chief made
my niece
deviled eggs. Gotcha.
Colorful deviled eggs. Yeah, that I always chuckle when you go. You pick one up. They're this beautiful, yellow tops with a little bit of sprinkle of paprika or something on it, and then you pick it up and it's like blue streaks on the side of it on the bottom. It's like, that dye won't hurt you, but
not gonna hurt you a bit.
It's like ham and scalloped potatoes.
Oh, no,
deviled eggs.
Deviled eggs. We had steak.
Steak for Easter dinner.
Yeah,
that's different.
We didn't have ham. I mean, we didn't do any. We didn't. Our kids are older now and they don't really care about Easter, and we're moving and all that stuff. So we just really didn't feel like
all the Easter baskets are put away.
Yeah. We didn't.
I still have
Easter this year.
My mother still makes us all an Easter basket, and I still have what?
Well, because TikTok today, because I spent a lot of time on TikTok today. There's a lot of these funny, the trending thing for Easter is kids waking up and there's no Easter basket.
Okay.
And then they're like, first it's me walking into no Easter basket, right? And then the kid is like, me looking up the closest home for my mom and dad because they didn't give me an Easter basket. So make sure you keep those Easter baskets coming.
Yes. I have, but she makes up, I have my original Easter basket. All of us 3 kids. I have an older brother, younger sister. Our very first Easter, we were 1 year old. You got an Easter basket, and we still have the same Easter baskets that we've had our whole entire life. Yeah,
vintage.
And Oh, yeah,
They're still
yeah,
hanging in there, huh? What kind of
and
material? What kind of material are they? Aluminum or
they were, a real heavy, the wicker type of stuff,
oh
but,
yeah, yeah.
just real they used to build them nice back in the day. But here's
Back in the
so
30s, you're right. Yeah, they did.
yeah, depression era, Easter baskets. So that's always cool to see the Easter basket.
Well,
But
you gotta make Sonya
here
sad
was an
'cause she didn't give
interesting
her kids
one.
one this year.
Do what?
Sonya's gonna be sad now because she didn't give her kids one this year.
And
I
they're
think this is the
and
first year she didn't give them an Easter basket, but we're moving. We
and
get a
they're gonna
break.
move into a home. Mom and
Our
pop.
kids are looking for a home for
Let's
us
put
right now.
mom and pop in a home. And but my little niece, okay, I talked about the chief. Well, her daughter, what she got, she didn't have an Easter basket this year. She plays softball now and is doing really good.
Yeah, yeah.
And she's a pitcher and a catcher. She'll go. But so she needed a catcher's mitt.
Yep.
And so this year her Easter basket was a catcher's mitt that
Nice.
they spread all open and had all the candy and the eggs, put grass in it and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
And so
That's cool.
she so I just thought that was a pretty creative idea, was the
You
catcher's mitt.
can't fit a lot of candy in that though. So
Well,
I
I don't
mean
know. Apparently, it was enough. I don't know.
I mean
I
that's what
just
it's
she was
all really about. The Easter basket's not about the egg or the
yeah.
tinsel or
It's
whatever's
but
in there. It's all about the candy.
there's not enough Easter. I want to go. How's come they adults like I always hide eggs and stuff from the little ones and stuff like that. I want to have an Easter egg hunt. I haven't outgrown Easter eggs.
Hmm.
Hey Jimmy,
Huh.
wait, I'm going to talk to you. Come over here for a second. That was a perfect segue for your catcher's mitt story.
Oh yeah. I sold that catcher's mitt today. I see what you did there. Well, you gotta remind me.
Well,
I don't
it
pay
was a
attention.
true story. Did you see me look like right at the camera and go, she got a catcher's mitt? And you're supposed to go, hi. Funny story about catcher's
I
mitts.
need to start making a list of the things we're supposed to talk about over here. Because I
That
told
just so happened. That was an
listen,
unintentional segue, but Jimmy missed it. Go ahead.
it was my idea to make sure that we're not like none of this is scripted except for that we have topics, right? And I
Yeah.
fail miserably, guys. Everybody, I fail miserably because we sit down on Thursday and we like these are the topics because we want to make sure we have topics so we're
Yeah,
not just
we can
sitting
go
here
to.
talking about Commonwealth Hudson the whole show. We need to have topics. So we sit down, we
You
came up
talk
with all
about
these topics, but we don't
talk
like
about your honey hole right
we can
here.
talk about the honey hole exactly.
The honey from the honey hole.
So, but I don't ever keep. Ken has the list, and I need to start having the list too because I forget. Like every week, I
Yeah.
forget what we're supposed to talk about every single week. And so, but one of the things that we were supposed to talk about this week is this message I got about a catcher's mitt in my eBay store, and I sold that
Yes.
mitt today. And I hope it's not the person that asked the question because I was kind of a little bit. No, I wasn't rude, but I was like, "What?"
Jimmy's customer service was lacking on this particular.
I don't do a lot of sporting goods, and I know how to measure like a regular mitt, right?
Yeah.
But this is a catcher's mitt. It's all bulky and it's got the big fingers and all, and so they asked, can you verify is this first they asked verify that this is a right goes on the left hand and you throw with the right hand.
Yeah.
And I say it says that right in the title, right
Yes.
hand throw. And then they said, can you measure it and verify that it's an adult's glove? And I was like, well, it fits my hand, and it's definitely not for like a little 10-year-old's hand. It's a big glove.
Yeah.
Like it's an adult glove. I said, but I don't really know how to measure a catcher's mitt. Can you give me a little more detail exactly what you're looking for?
Yeah.
They sent me this book. Step 1, lay mitt down on flat surface. Step 2, press down and flush the mitt. Step 3, take bendable like Taylor measuring tape and put it across. If you don't have a Taylor measuring tape, then roll the glove. And like it was like literally like 7 steps
Yeah.
and all this complicated stuff. And I was
Like you're building a nuclear battleship or
yeah.
something.
And so I said, my response was, yeah, I don't feel like doing all that. Sorry. That was my response. And so they didn't. I don't think they're the ones that bought it, because that was several days ago that message came through, and the mitt sold today. So hopefully
and you
it's
sold
not
it
them.
anyway. So yeah, you should
Yeah.
look back and see if the message
I
came
should.
from the same guy
I should.
that
I know
bought
that's
it.
not the best customer service, but I'm like, you know what?
That's horrible customer service.
I don't
But I
know.
understand. I understand when you get those questions and people. I always get those questions. Somebody wants you to measure something or take another picture, and it's always like right after I've went to bed.
Right.
You know, and it's like you wanna help them out, and right when it's fresh in the question, but it's like I'm not gonna get out of bed and dig through a bin to take the picture of the front of the camera lens, as a close up. It's not gonna
I
happen.
mean, they don't know that I'm moving, and my basement is in shambles, and things are a disaster down here.
True.
And I just really don't feel like finding a mitt and measuring it right now.
It's just like, no,
So
I'm not
that's
gonna do
literally
that.
what I was like. I'm not now. Like, I'm just not doing. I got a mess in the basement. I'm not doing it. But yes, thanks for the segue there. Sorry, I
Yeah, it would have been
flung in
perfect.
this.
It would
Pun
have seemed
intended.
it would have been it would have been seamless. See, but
Pun
uh,
intended.
it would have been a seamless segue right there. I set you. I threw a softball to you, and you couldn't knock it out of the park.
Nope.
Instead, we got like the explanation of, "Hey,
Yeah.
here's
Why this
notes
podcast is so bad?
of why." No, this is a great podcast, Jimmy.
Because
It's
Jimmy has no idea what we're talking about.
we have some big shows coming up though here pretty soon. We're almost at 1 year.
Almost at 1 year.
We'll have a special 1 year show. By special shows, I mean pretty much just like the same show that we always do, but we'll have a thumbnail that says, "Hey, look at this special show."
Hey, look at this. We've been doing this for a year.
Yeah. So we've got that. We've got maybe next week or really soon will be the last show from Denver, from the Colorado area, which would be followed by the first show from Ohio. So we'll see how
we possibly have a Vegas show in the middle of that too.
Yeah, and so we were trying to discuss that. Maybe some sort of like a live or something, a little bit from Vegas.
You might have to have a guest host.
We'll have to see that. Yeah. I'll have to look up a guest host that
you can get the big name. Your good buddy.
Hey, I bet I could do that. Have me on there talking the DOG.
Well, that'd be interesting.
And yeah, that'd take some editing. I can't even edit the stinking yard sale footage that I have, Jimmy. You think I'm gonna have time to do a double Freaky Friday sort of a thing?
That would be fun though. Like edit yourself talking to yourself. Yes. I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try to do that.
So I
couldn't think boring. It's already boring. Don't try it.
So what topics are we talking about?
See, now I'm an interesting conversation, so I'll have a good one. I'm not joking.
So anyway, looking forward to some of those special episodes coming up. Looking forward to my yard sale this week. I'm trying to figure out, I'm going to have to talk to you, Jimmy, about that. I'm trying to figure out a way, like maybe to have my yard sale live for like my Ken versus 10, but I don't know how to do that. If you can go live from like your GoPro or something like that, because I would still want to have my phone. I don't know. We'll figure that out if that works out.
Just roll the desk out into the front yard.
And we'll have the next show will be the pre-Vegas ship.
Say what happened now?
The pre-Vegas trip show. Next week's show. Ship Pro. Wait. What? I
don't know.
I know
what you're saying.
We'll have a show, and it'll be
trip podcast.
Yes. That'll be next week's show. So anyway.
Anywho,
nobody's going to know this because they're not going to still be here at 59 minutes into this show. So we'll end this one. We'll catch you next time on the Reseller Clickbait Podcast.